fast. I'm waiting here, huh?
FBI, you might want to stay out of this, all right, sir? Excuse me, sir. Ma'am, please, back off. All right, I need 8 double tall.
Well, let me tell you something, brother. This is the Hot Toys Wizard disguised as the real Empire, baby. Right here. And listen, some of you that are talking about that Hot Toys is through with 40th anniversary of Return of the Jedi releases for 2023, I find your lack of faith disturbing. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe. Cause what you gonna do?
What you gonna do? What you gonna do when the evil Empire and Darth Vader and all this stuff and everything else run wild again?
And what you gonna do when 2.0s from the left, 2.0s from the right, 2.0s from the top, 2.0s from the bottom. All these 2.0s with rolling eyes function. Really, really cool. Wool, reared hair, almost as good as the Dark Jedis, which I've got disguised in here. And I got to do it like this, Brent. What you gonna do when the Dark Jedi goes, or is this the Hot Toys Wizard, or is this Darth FOMO, or is this TK FOMO on you? Newsman, we don't got Star Wars news, but you have to wonder, is it possible that this is the start of the storm? That right now we're creeping out of the eye of the storm because out of nowhere, we get a Batman today, a pretty freaking cool Batman, which we're going to get into a little bit in the show over here. But is this, out of all the figures to come out today, Affleck from Batman vs. Superman, that's a movie from the past. So's A New Hope. So's The Empire Strikes Back. So's Revenge of the Sith. Is this the start, Brent, of a pretty happy New Year?
That was the first thing I thought too, Aries, was, you know what, this is a blast from the past. I mean, they're going backwards here and pulling a character from way back. I mean, you know, can we start doing this with Star Wars, please? Because there's so many want that need to either be 2.0'd or 3.0'd that so many have been begging for and waiting for.
Yes, like my Force Awakens, Kylo Ren.
Release today looks good.
Yeah, you're on the island up there alone on that. Brett, Star Wars newsman, are you going to be in June here as you give us on the International 1/6 Scale Network? You're doing your monthly broadcast. Will you be telling us is now truly 2024 is the year of 2.0 because there is nothing coming out new. It is time to 2.0 to the left, to the right, up and down, across the pond, every which way coming at you is Batman, Superman, Star Wars, whatever from the MCU, you know, with a side dish. A side dish of Artisan, you know, coming at you too.
No, bro, no. See, Lane, I'm catching on to you. Brent, before you even answer that, I'm catching on to Lane because he said dish because he's hungry and he wants this put on a damn dish right now.
You're delicious.
Ciao, boys.
Because I had pizza before coming on here. Thanks a lot, Eric. Didn't feel bad about it. But man,
look, we scared. Costa's there. Everybody's like, we scared him away. The smell of Pizza the Hut.
You guys know what we need, though. You know, if we can't necessarily get a new one, what we need 2024. It's going to be the year of 2.0.
So we're going to get this guy then with rolling eyes.
Which is this?
I don't know how it can't be the year of 2.0.
Well, because what are we going to get a lot of?
There's no major movies coming out. right?
You may not have the Mandalorian season for next year.
Right.
You may
Well,
not have
Andor's definitely not coming, so anything from that is already off the table. What we need for 2.0, and it doesn't have to. We need Han Solo and New Hope 2.0.
No,
Like
no,
that,
we don't.
that's what
No.
we need.
We need more of these.
So, single songwriter, can you please keep a tab on this? And just like I know you're good at keeping track of this stuff, as also that you have to keep track as you monitor the chat. Keep track that Aries said we need a Grogu more than we need a New Hope Han Solo 2.0.
Grogu has changed
And
the face of Star Wars, dude.
I love Grogu as much as the next guy, but he's not Harrison Ford. He's not Han Solo. He's not Mr. I have a bad feeling who tried Greedo first. Okay, if
Lane, Brent and Costa, he's judging him by his size. Are you judging him by his size?
Just because he outflipped some Imperial Praetorian guards while they were sticking at him like with their like laser brooms or something, trying to catch him, does not mean that I don't see Grogu having made it to first base with Princess Leia. So,
well, it's Brent. It's good to have
I don't
you.
think we want to see that, but that's a whole different matter.
Brent, it's good to have you in here, and Brent, we're going to get into this Batman, but that Affleck Batman goes for, and we're gonna totally dive into this figure because I do think the figure is awesome, but it goes for like almost $500 in the secondary market, sometimes more than that. Between $500 and $600. And personally, I've been looking for that figure, Brent, in the secondary market. And it's really, really good. And what else would be a blast from the past? I know I've been talking about it lately, but I got that feeling, dude. I got that freaking feeling. And you want to talk about another figure that not only goes for $500, like the Affleck, this freaking thing goes for a little bit more than the Affleck usually is, right around there, about a little bit more, about 100, about 600. That Trooper, about $700. You talk about a 2.0, even if they gave us a New Hope one. But dude, as much, and I want to get into this, but dude, this could be the start, Brent. Like you were saying, this could be the start. The Ben Affleck Batman from an older movie could be the start. I hope to God it is.
Well, next year is not an anniversary year, and not that really matters, because I think in some ways, in a major way, Hot Toys kind of proved this year that an anniversary year really doesn't matter. I mean, they gave us a couple of offerings from Return of the Jedi 40th, but 4 months into the year, we get 2 offerings, and then we never see another one for the remainder of the year. So, next year it's open season as far as I'm concerned as a collector. I mean, you can go anywhere you want with it, and this, Bespin Han to me is probably the universal common denominator of just about every 1/6 Star Wars collector out there. Everybody wants this figure to go with their Bespin Lando and their Bespin Leia, and to have that set complete. You can't have it complete without this figure. I've got the Sideshow one. It just does not measure up, and I have to have it right now with that set because it's all I've got, and it's a 12, 14-year-old figure. It does not hold up right now. It just simply doesn't.
No, and I tell you what,
this figure too. Well, they teased it. Why don't we have it yet?
I don't know, but I tell you how crazy people are going for the Affleck Batman. I believe equally, and arguably, would just be just as equal, if not more. Brent, it's good to have you in here on 6 Scale Raw. We're already, if you're sitting at table 66, we're gonna fill you up right now, baby, because the thought of this is really freaking good. And before we jump around introducing our other panel members, let's go ahead and say hello to some of the other people who are in here with us tonight. We have got the single songwriter in the house. What is going on? What table are you at? He says, don't forget Affleck Batman from Flash will also show up. No, save that. Comment that again, because as we dive into that Batman a little bit later in the show or coming up here of the show, you have to wonder, songwriter, is this what they call you?
They call him the Wizard.
X is in the house, guys. Artisan Solo would break the internet. I really think they're going to do it. I think we'll get a sculpted one too. Good to have you in here. We have got Charlie the Unicorn, Avengers Hulk 2.0. Dude, that's another figure that goes sky high. We're going to talk about all the implications this Batman has on the secondary market. Good stuff. Chewie's Bandolier. I think we need Bespin Han before a New Hope 2.0. I know, but Jack Jones. What's up, Aries and everyone here tonight? Good morning, good evening, and good day. Come on. Coffin is in the house. What is up? Where is Michelle Pfeiffer Catwoman? I don't know, dude. But like single songwriter, I believe. And look who's here. It wouldn't be a show without the OG fan in here for sure. So it's always good to have the OG fan in the house in here. And we're going to play this clip because this is Lane's favorite show for him and OG fan.
I'm Boba Fett. I'm here to see the mayor. Boba Fett. Do you have an appointment?
Hey, you can make an argument that is maybe the best Boba Fett that Hot Toys has put out.
Yeah. Well, Lane, before we introduce you as our next panel member, you've already talked. So I gotta give it to Costa because we haven't heard from the pop culture living room. Our another panel member right here, brother. What's up, baby? Good to have you back.
No, it's been a long time.
Yes, it has.
For a second, I thought we were you hated me, but I'm happy to be here.
It's a forgiving, most wonderful time of the year. A time for peace, tranquility, candy canes, sugar spikes, and all kinds of stuff like that. 2.0s too, Costa. It's a time of year.
It's a busy time of year too. Yeah. I'm all for 2.0s and for all of you people that don't like 2.0s, it's been a part of toy collecting for ever. There's always going to be updates, always going to have new technology to make things better. And for me, 6 scale isn't like Hasbro. Like, I want it to look as real as possible. Also, if we're talking about cost or what do you call it? I'm forgetting. You're gonna have to be like 100 years old before these things are worth you becoming a millionaire. Okay.
Well, that's why I pulled. Why I pulled this up, Costa. How about the people, Costa, that have these that are going for $600 to $800? Both the Trooper and that they come out with another one, dude. It can lower these, like you're saying, right?
I mean, listen. I'm all for that. If they can make it look better and have rolling eyes and add all kinds of stuff. Hell yeah, let's do it. That's what 1/6 scale is about. Realism. We're not like going back to vintage Kenner. If you want to dabble and try to have a collection that's worth $1 gajillion, go after the rocket launching Fett. Those are the things.
Yeah,
that's
a real beauty there. I know what you're talking about. Mint on a card, right? Or the first pro? Yeah, any of them.
Yeah, mint on a card in a little plastic box already graded. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's how it is.
Well, the pop culture living room, and it's good to have you in here, baby. And before we go to our last but not least panel member, we're going to go to some more of these comments in here and say hi to some of the people in here. Charlie says, though, Frog Lady 1.0. Wow, man, that's you deserve a fill up at table 2 just for thinking that, baby.
You know that's breast milk.
Gotta love the Frog Lady. It's gotta be coming. It's gotta be coming soon. Going to some board here. Eric Henke's in the house saying smash that like button. TK Magic Shop. I gotta do this the right way. What you gonna do when 3.0s? I mean, gosh. Look at those freaking Iron Mans already that we got. Evo, what is going on? Neil Riffic, good to have you in here today. Renz Talentino, what is going on? AJ, greetings back at you. Comics, good to have you in here, my friend, for sure. And Mike Litteris is in the house, and it's great to have Mike Litteris in here for sure. And Kevin Collectibles, my man,
Isn't it?
is in the house. It really, really is. Who would buy a Ben Affleck Superman or Daredevil? It's good to have you in here. Tom Daly is in the house as well. Keep putting it in there if I've missed you. I'm just an old guy setting the controls at the heart of the sun. Ooh, look. We have got Boba Fettuccine in the house. Lane, should I play it again? I know it's your favorite. It's
You're delicious.
Ciao, boys.
No, you know what my favorite one is.
no, it's this one.
She can't do that. Shoot her or something.
Nah, cue up the trailer.
No, no, that's okay. We don't need to.
Before we introduce Lane,
let's not go back.
Let's go play it for the Lanester, baby.
Fulfill your destiny.
It's like his walk.
I swear to God, Aries, you're gonna come home from day one week, and you're like gonna find all your Hot Toys like that guy in the Sideshow commercial who saw his son like playing and smashing them in the sandbox. They're all gonna be in your yard.
Lane, I've decided that's your walk-up song.
Oh God, no!
You've heard of those in baseball, right?
Yeah, no, that's okay.
That's your walk-up
Lane,
song.
he could be the next WWE superstar, Lane Kramer.
If I was getting paid like Otani, I would deal with it.
Dude, we got to change your name,
March.
Lane, to the Midnight Hammer, and you can come up to the Last Jedi theme song.
Jeez.
Lane, good to have you in here. What's going on, baby? How you doing this week?
Oh, I got work to the bone today, so I'm incredibly tired. But happy to be here always, of course, with the great and wonderful Aries, the wizard and powerful, and of course the newsman, and all the rest of the chat and stuff. Which, speaking of, I think it's time I did something I haven't done in a while.
You're going to get filled up at table 66.
Gotta be kidding me! Are you? No, I had not given away a.
Oh, the Lanester is giving away a one.
And Aries, take a wild guess. Who is the person who won it? Wild guess.
Wait a minute. No, before we guess, because I'm assuming it's somebody who's won before. Before you do that, I feel like this clip, because you're saying it happened before, and what's happened before is happening now. So let's go ahead and play it.
What happens now is happening now.
What happened to then?
We passed then.
When?
Just now. We're at now.
Go back to then.
When?
Now.
Now?
Now.
I can't.
Why?
We missed it.
When?
Just now.
Well, I feel like I am stuck in a time warp right now. Like I took the jump to Plaid.
Well, first, before you continue, Lane, you are the man. I really appreciate this. It's giving away. He gifted a Cantina membership, which has a brand new drunk on coffee with another full, not partial, full drunk on coffee coming this week, which makes me kind of do this right now. Like that Batman. But Lane, who won?
Single songwriter.
Oh, the wizard one. How could that even be?
The wizard.
I would just like I was checking actually what is more hilarious is before I did the thing I was looking like I'm hoping single songwriter is not here today when I do this. And of course, Destiny's Way, the Force decided, no,
well,
sorry, you're wrong.
Single songwriters probably saying, why couldn't I win one of those giveaways though from Aries?
So speaking of to that real quick, I know.
Well, first of all, I do got to give a shout out. First, thank you so much, Lane, for doing that. And single songwriter, baby, congratulations again. You definitely are. The wizard loves to take your form, but definitely shout out to Bob Darcy, who just a couple of weeks ago won the My Han Solo Deluxe. So shout out to him. Of course, Defiodome, who won my Moff Gideon going back a few weeks ago, and I was giving those away in November. And of course, shout out to Mama Luigi, who won the Stormtrooper Commander, who was in my collection, courtesy of this man right here, the Lane Kramer. So thanks to him. So that's 3. And you have to wonder, am I going to be giving away more? And I say yes. And it's going to be just in a couple weeks. I'm going to save them all for Christmas Eve morning with Aries, the Dark Jedi. We're going to be giving away more. So more info on that later in the show. But Lane, thank you so much. However, Lane, wait a minute. You've got a counterpart here.
Ooh,
Mike Literis, who literally, Mike Literis, gave away and gifted a 6-scale Cantina membership. Mike, that's awesome, baby. I really, really appreciate that. You get a coffee spill too, baby.
Oh, and guess who won that one?
Don't tell me single songwriter.
No. Yeah. No, songwriters had good enough free rides on the Cantina train.
No, that's awesome. But who got it? Who got it? Who's the winner?
It was none other than Boba Fettuccine.
Oh, Boba Fettuccine gets it.
Oh,
nice! Congratulations.
Well, I guess I gotta play another food one. I guess here for Boba Fettuccine. I mean, which one should it be, Costa? What? I mean, I don't know. I can't find any of the clips. They're gone. They're missing.
How many tables do we have?
I gotta play this
Coffee
one.
regular. Love it. You know that's breast milk.
Hopefully they didn't make that fettuccine with that.
I will say, that you're playing that clip with Katie Alley, or what? No, am I saying her name wrong? Kirstie Alley.
Kirstie Alley.
Yeah.
Although I feel like I knew it, Katie Alley.
I will say, seeing her and stuff reminded me. EXO did a pretty nice figure of her for playing Savik from Wrath of Khan that they put out earlier this year. They did a pretty nice one of her. Pretty good likeness. Not hot.
Oh, EXO 6 is killing it lately, dude.
Yeah.
Absolutely killing it with those Star Trek figures.
Yeah, they seem to really do where some of the human sculpts have been kind of hit or miss. They seem to be really hitting them with the aliens, like Quark or something like that from Deep Space Nine. Looked really good. Odo not looking so hot, but who is that? Who did you get there, sir?
Oh, who do you? Whoa! Let's blow him up.
He's been in here for a long time. It's Locutus.
I called it. Yeah, Locutus.
I love the episodes.
Wow.
And then First Worlds. Contact was fantastic. So
wow. Well, Mike Literis, thank you so much. Literally, for that, my friend. And going to some more of these here. We've got the blurred dad life in the house for sure. And Boba Fettuccine, if I could find something here. Yes. Boba, welcome to the club. Come on. Kevin Collectibles says Hot Toys depreciating faster than a used car. I've never bought a Hot Toy as an investment. We're going to talk about that. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was going to say, you know where they don't depreciate? You know where they don't depreciate? In my heart. Because I fucking love these figures.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's really why you got to do it, baby, is because you love it. And if you're getting these like it's going to be, what did you say Costa before? The rocket firing Fett or a 21 back Fett or any of the 12 backs, or they're going to come out with them again. Dude, they're even coming out with those figures again. They're kind of remolding them, but on the card. I mean, 2.0s, 3.0s. So how much is that Target Invader 2-pack, Costa? I mean, and I got another one. Well, look at it today. It's going for $1,000 again.
I think it was like I think right now it's at like 7.
Yeah, now it's starting to go up.
Gotta go. No, let's be clear. We should go by I watch a lot of Pawn Stars, so we should be looking at the sold items. So if you see like a Han Solo, somebody trying to get 800 or 900, go check the sold. Like the Stormtrooper one I checked, somebody had it up for 500 but got a best offer, so I don't know what the best offer was. It was
what eBay's starting to show.
Got one for 400.
They're starting to show what the best offer was. Yes, I just noticed that a couple weeks ago, which is freaking great.
That is what, that is great.
That could be helpful. That honestly for you,
you want to know. You want to know.
Yeah, and as a seller, honestly, I think like if you don't normally sell stuff, or if you're trying to sell some of your figures or any of your collectibles, being able to sell if you don't normally do it very often or something, that could be helpful to you, because that's going to help you have a better idea of what you should put your stuff pricing wise, and also can help play into, do you actually want to part with that item or something? Because you see, you bought a $800 statue and all the sold things are $400. Like you have to consider, unless you like have to, it's like I just need to get rid of it or something. It makes you make a better, more educated choice about before you put it up or something. Like, am I willing to, maybe I'll put it for $50 above that or something to see if it maybe sells, or are you just going to put it at that, or maybe you do a best, you price it for bidding and you do a buy it now at that price or whatever. And for Hot Toys and stuff, I think, as we're going to talk about with the 2.0 wave, I don't think 2.0s that they'll affect, but like, I don't know, let's say they did just randomly Obi-Wan Kenobi Alex Guinness 2.0 figure. Would that affect the price of the other original one? Yes, but I don't think so it's not $500, but people will maybe still spend $350 to $400, which is still more than the figure cost when you originally bought it, and don't necessarily want to wait 1.5 to 2 years, Aries, I swear to God, I feel like you're not moving, so you're trying to pretend that you're actually like a frozen screen.
No, I really wanted to show this.
And one of my friends,
and I'm like working diligently to bring this up.
After stream, he always half the time tries to fake me out, so freeze.
Well, you guys will all appreciate this, because I know you love my show. So before we play the intro, which really why everybody watches this show just to watch the intro and the outro. That's the reason for it. I know that's one of the reasons you all watch it. But look at this here, and I got to do it live, because when do I do this live? But look at this here, an outstanding seller, 966 feedback, 100% big positive, 66 bids, like he's sitting at table 66. $990. You know what I'm starting to notice? So like during the holiday season, like the stuff that's in stock is not even going up. It's like going even more down. Like starting to sell for $90 or $100. These Grail type ones though, guys. Like look at this news, man. $1,000 for a 2-pack. It's new, so granted it's new. But Man,
what
in this
they should do
economy.
is that if it's new, it's been in the box the entire time for so long. I pick like a figure that like that. I would probably be more likely one that's been shown or displayed because that means
Well, he's showing this. I don't know how. Yeah, it's obviously out of the brown stripper there, but Brent, pretty interesting.
I wish I'd got this piece. I wish I'd gotten this piece. I got the Tarkin, and I'm glad I got the Tarkin because that piece alone is skyrocketing, and it's basically out of the realm of possibility at this point. But it's such a beautiful piece with the two of them together. I already had a New Hope Vader. I just didn't want a second one, so that's why I passed on the 2-pack. But not knowing that this was going to be a Grail and it was going to be $1,000 piece, I mean, it would have been nice to have gotten it and then invested in it and held on to it. And I think this piece is only going to go up. And again, this is just a feather in the cap of original trilogy figures, and this is, in my opinion, why Hot Toys needs to go back and start doing more of this kind of stuff.
So let me ask you this then, Brent, and it's going to go right to you, Costa, too. So someone's paying $1,000 for this, and obviously on eBay you got the eBay fees, you got this fee, that fee. So, but you do get protection on here when you buy it in this platform. So to save a couple $100, it just depends on how you float it. Sometimes I do, unless I really, really like. If I'm going to buy off Costa, I'm definitely gonna I'll be fine to buy off him. But if I'm going to buy off Joe Blow, I don't know. I may not trust Joe Blow, but anyway, who's to say? Because that freaking Affleck Batman, guys, was going for like $460, $560. You got this 2-pack going like that. Who's to say that they wouldn't? Oh, here's your Tarkin with rolling eyes function. Here's a Vader with, I don't know, they could make it better materials or, any of that. And then you just spent this kind of money. So Costa is kind of like what you were saying. I don't feel like Hot Toys has been around, Costa, long. It's only 2 decades. So you got to give it time. And the 2.0s they haven't been making Star Wars for 2 decades, Costa.
Yeah.
You see what see where I'm going with this?
Well, see, there was a point I can't remember when I got it. I got the Vader Tarkin 2-pack. I had to make a decision. I decided between this 2-pack and the Han and Chewie 2-pack. And I felt that I don't think that they're going to make another Tarkin. Like, I don't know. I don't see that happening. So I went with that 2-pack instead of the Han and Chewie one, because I still do think, I have a Chewbacca, but I need a younger Han Solo. But I was looking on here, and I think I'm looking on eBay at the sold stuff where you're at, and if you go into November and October, this was selling for $600.
Yeah, it was. I saw them go for 6-7. Yep,
$700.
Yep, and they're starting to go up. Some of them now.
It's doing this. It's up because a few months before that they were up at this price again. So if you're patient, you can get your Grails. You just got to be patient. Yes. You gotta wait it out. And that's what I did for this 2-pack, and I got it for a fantastic price. And sadly, it's still in a box over there that I need to get out.
Wow, you still got
I'm finishing all my display cases first. That's happening this week. That's happening this week. All the display cases that I've built.
Wow.
Finishing.
If you send it this way, I'd be happy to spill some coffee out of it.
I'll will it. Nobody in my family wants it, so.
Oh my God, that is such a nice.
Did it come with that? Did it come with that interrogator ball? Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
I wonder if that's helping drive it up. Did that ever come with anything else?
Why?
I don't know. It never came with anything else, did it? Or did it come with a standalone figure at some point?
It has the chair. It has the chair, the 2 figures, and the interrogator droid.
Yeah, you mean
also, the Darth Vader is supposed to be an upgrade from the single
Because you couldn't
pack.
get
Yeah, it is. It
you
is
could
supposed
not
to
get
be.
that interrogator droid ball or whatever was only in that 2-pack. I think that was the exclusive item in that 2-pack. You could only get it in there. So, I don't know, and I don't think you can get it in any other piece.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we'll get a 3-pack now with these
I
all.
grow tired of asking this, so it'll be the last time.
Aries, one thing from that Batman 2.0 showed me today is just how effing ugly that Flash Affleck figure is, even more so.
Well, and that's on waitlist already, right? But just came out, honestly.
Yeah, it's
so
him with the bike is still available, but it's like $650 for it. But that is the absolute, like, one of the ugliest Batmans I've ever seen.
Well, listen, we're going to talk about this. We're going to get into that Batman now. Brother Cousins, the Space Pimp, should be joining us. We'll probably have Lael be joining us here. We may even have the Hot Toys Wizard joining us, unless the Wizard is here among one of these four. You have to wonder. But let's go ahead and dive into all this, even though we already did. But we want to play the intro right now. All right, and welcome everyone to 6 Scale Raw. What you gonna do when another 2.0 runs wild on you? Lane, we're gonna start off with you on this one, baby. Here we go. Batman 2.0. I will tell you, for me, Lane, before you go, I'm gonna give you my opinion on this. I absolutely fracking love this thing. I have been eyeballing this week after week after week after week in the secondary market. And honestly, I couldn't even find a deal on this Affleck Batman. I'm building my DC collection, and I really, really wanted this. I've got the Christian Bale one that I want, at least for right now. But dude, everything about, I was like, holy crap. Thank God I didn't buy it, because this one is better in every way. He's beefier. He's improved. He's an upgrade. And this head sculpt is, and I'm not dissing the old one. I would have been happy with it, but I would have been absolutely getting this. This is such a nice upgrade. But Lane, talk to me, baby.
Oh, I think the head sculpt looked great. Now, I've mentioned that I am not a Affleck fan very much at all. He's probably on the lower tier of the live action Batmans for me. But this head sculpt looks great. I love the changed out hair pieces they're doing with it. This is unlike, say, that tactical suit that just came out actually not too long ago, which is actually different in some of the body size and stuff. But sounds like a 1.5 or something like that. The cape's different, some other stuff. But this is really a 2.0 where they have head sculpt. Because I don't think the original Batman v Superman had one. I wasn't collecting Hot Toys or anything at that time. They've redone the suit. This has got a multiple use diorama base with it. Like, there's two versions of it, $290 and like $350 on Sideshow. I think it's a great looking figure. It's like you said, probably one of the most desired Batman. I think this one and like the Suicide Squad Batman were probably two of the more expensive ones on the secondary market for a while. the rolling eye. I mean, basically, it's taking a classic figure that people like and basically added in all the advancements they made over since it came out. I think the cowl looks cool. Like, I think it looks cool.
Yeah, I tell you what I'm like. I'm super impressed about the head sculpt with the rolling eyes function, and look at the interchangeable hair, like Luke. So this hair is great. I'll be honest with you guys, and Lane, this is one of the best head sculpts I've seen. This looks just like freaking Ben Affleck. This looks freaking tastic. I mean, holy crap! And I don't want you to miss this, Lane, though, because this is innovation again. I don't think Hot Toys have they ever done a rotatable cowl head like this, or this type of dude, this is amazing.
Yeah, now they're gonna have to still hit this with the final, because let's not forget, like the Wolverine, when we originally saw the prototype, how well that one looked and how it got softened some. So it was definitely not as good looking as the original prototype for the final one coming to people.
You see, now I actually thought that one looks just as good with the video, not the pictures though, but the videos I saw. But I know what you mean.
This is all. I mean, we can tell if it starts in the name, ugliness is coming at us to punch us in the face. But with Hot Toys, I think at least for prototype, this continues with the head sculpts and just the overall look and style to the figures, the improvements and such that Hot Toys has been having, like going from even like say the Ahsoka line or something like that, with the head sculpts for those characters, like they are just one after the other, just nailing stuff. Doesn't matter the property. All their artists, all the artists doing the designing for the head sculpt. For maybe this is some pressure, and not pressure, I don't even like that term, but some of the other companies that have started coming in the last couple of years, it feels like Hot Toys is really humming a little bit with the creation process on their figures right now. It doesn't mean the finals are going to be 100% perfect, but with their prototyping, they're giving it what they're showing can end up being at the end of the day. They seem to be humming really. I mean, or I'm sure you saw it, like, the Obi-Wan Kenobi, from the Kenobi show from last weekend or this past weekend from Singapore. It looked like that head sculpt, which was a little, when it originally was shown. Like they have touched it up. So I think.
Well, I knew we kind of figured they were going to touch that one up, because no one really complained about the Cobb, right? So that one you figured was going to stay the same, and it did. I mean, virtually the same thing. But people complained about that Obi-Wan one, Lane. Let's face it.
Yeah,
they did.
It feels like the last, second half of this year. Doesn't it feel like creatively, Hot Toys has been humming along pretty good? Like maybe some, I don't know, creative process revamping. Like, hey, we got to step up our game a little bit here, because we are having some other companies that, while not putting out as much as Hot Toys, we're seeing people are taking notice of what some other companies might be able to do.
I think competition, iron sharpens iron. Iron sharpens iron there, Lane, for sure. And competition is good for the industry in this. And and they're coming out with innovations, not just answering innovations, but actually doing stuff like with this rotating cowl. I mean,
and it looks like a cool diorama base that has multiple uses.
It does. It does.
This is really good.
Costa, what do you think of the rotatable? What do you think of this? But starting off, this rotatable cowled head. But I guess this is part of the deluxe exclusive, so you can only get this with the deluxe, which we'll get in price in a little bit. But I think that's pretty cool, dude. Be honest with you.
I agree. I mean, one of the main reasons why you get 1/6 scale figures is to pose them. That's why we don't get statues.
Right.
I like to sometimes, have a figure at my desk while I'm working, and every once in a while I like to futz around with it. And so I think that's a great addition. I will say, I'm gonna preface this, I do not like I love Batman. Batman's one of my top 2, right? My with Spider-Man, Batman are number 1. I did not like Zack Snyder's take on any of the movies. So, but as for a figure, this looks fantastic. The upgrades, I love seeing upgraded figures. I love seeing 2.0s, especially on popular figures, and this looks awesome. The movable cowl, genius. I know, I'm sure InArt's going to come up at some point because they're working on their own. But
and we're going to get into that. Yeah.
Why wait till 2029 when InArt gets theirs out? And I like InArt. I like all the companies. I'm all for let's make some really cool figures. The only thing is InArt's kind of hampered with the WB license, and I just wish they would. I'm excited about their Superman, their 78 Superman and Clark Kent. They need to fix. They need to fix some stuff on that. But when they're ready to show that and have it for pre-order, I'm like, bing, bing, bing. Have it, make it come with a phone booth. But anyway, this figure.
Yeah.
This figure, for those people who wanted it, this is awesome. I'm happy for you. I just wish it was my Michael Keaton Batman Returns 2-pack with updated Bruce Wayne and the Batman Returns thing. But I was begging for that in one of my videos, my most recent video. So I do a lot of 2.0 begging. But yeah, I like this.
Well,
I like it. I like it as a figure. Fantastic.
Well, let's go ahead and kick it up to back to Lane, because you have the
So you have to wonder, is the choice drink here in Cloud City Spotchka or Coke 45? Do you really have to wonder? Now look, you can spill all the coffee you want, but don't you dare spill a drop of that Coke 45, baby. And hey, is Aries going to be telling you about all these brand new Hot Toys Star Wars OT figures coming in 2022? I would say, I don't know. Chewbacca, calm down. Tell Leia I'll be there in a second. That's right. It is the Hot Toys Wizard morphed into Lando Calrissian, aka Brother Cousins the Space Pimp. And remember, you're watching 6 Scale Cantina.
What an 22, baby. Got it right here, baby.
What an intro. What an introduction. What an
I think Jay should do the Super Bowl halftime show.
Hey, I'm all for it. Especially if they pay me to do that, boy. No, anyway.
Yeah, it's good money to buy all those 2.0s that are going to be coming. You may need to get paid for the Super Bowl commercial.
Absolutely. Funny thing about that, I just realized that was the first. I think that was the first time we saw the Space Pimp, because it's been a while since my basement looked like that. So
I was gonna say I felt like Brother Cousins was just channeling like when he was like 7 years old, because it does literally look like he went and off his bed and just pulled off the his cover and just taped it onto himself to create his cape there a little bit.
You ain't wrong there, brother.
Now what I want to see, I want to see Lael there, like, doing up his best.
We've got the Space Pimp and we've got the 1/6 scale man. Boom and boom.
Yeah.
So, Jay, welcome to the Cantina, and 1/6 Scale Man, welcome to you, baby.
Hey, what's up, man? What's
How
going
you
down?
doing? What's going on?
Working, bro. That's I'm late because I'm working. I just like
Yeah.
it's around this season, bro. It's getting hectic, like right now. Last minute stuff to wrap up with. So I was like, no matter the time, let me kind of dip in. And I got my show coming up here soon. But I was like, let me just dip in real quick, man, and say what's up.
I
Hey,
recently
Comic
just
Con,
came,
all the help we
I
can get.
recently just came in from Christmas shopping, like recently from
Bro.
Christmas shopping and from work, and yeah, it's crazy.
Bro,
out there now.
it's
Well,
yeah.
Here,
yeah,
I'm
crazy.
gonna go with you. You're both jumping on in. I'm gonna go, Jay. You came in first, and then Layla, I'm gonna go right to you.
Okay.
After Jay, but go ahead, Jay. I don't know if you've been listening to any of this. What we've been talking. We just started talking about this, but first, tell me. What do you think of this figure? Because I was like blown away at this cowl, like rotating cowl. Holy crap, dude! I'm like, it's insane. I love it. Innovation.
You know, the innovation, we're seeing these companies just step it up, and this is what we wanted for years. I didn't get to talk about this today because I was at work. But yeah, this looks phenomenal. When they showed it next to the previous version, it just really showed how much they have grown as a company and where they're taking the figures, the size comparisons, all that. I mean, the likeness, I think they completely nailed it 100%. And just to give us something more, more lifelike. I'm just loving the fact that we're getting more lifelike figures. And just look at that. It's no doubt in my mind that has been Affleck all day damn long. And they just really just did it right. I mean, the only thing that takes you out of it is its sculpted hair. And that's the one with the bangs. With the one with without the bangs, it's like, oh damn, is that a photo? So they really are doing an excellent job with these pieces. And I actually originally missed this one. So this was a missing piece for me in my little Snyderverse collection that I have over here. This is a very small collection. I have right now. I have the Nightmare Batman and the Nightmare Batman. That's my Batfleck. So to be able to get this and to get a 2.0 like this, I'm very excited, and it couldn't have come at a better time. So I'm. Yeah, man, they're just killing it. They are really killing it. Look at that. Damn, that looks good.
Look at that diorama. I mean, it is just like, and it's so beefy, seamless cowled head, which is unfreaking real.
The thing that people aren't really talking about when it comes to Hot Toys, what they're doing now, they're kind of trying to bridge that gap between, because especially when you do the DX with these figures are becoming a little bit more grandiose, especially with those bases, and they're starting to put more work into the diorama bases that they're going.
You noticing that?
Yeah, they're making them. They're making them like almost little statues. It's like that. They're kind of that step between, where of course it'll never have the presence of a 1-to-1 or a third scale statue. Of course, that presence isn't there. But when you put these figures with diorama bases like that, it has a presence. It really does. We've seen that I remember with the Hot Toys Pennywise that came out a couple years ago. I remember feeling that with that base. And even now with the Wolverine that I recently got, that base along with that figure, it just becomes a piece. It really becomes, it gives you that statue feel. And I know I'm not I really can't talk on that because I don't have many statues. I think I have one. But yeah, it increases the presence of these pieces, and I love where they're going with it. It's going to be hard for detail collectors, but yeah, man, it look at that. It just night and day. You can definitely, this was worthy of a 2.0.
No, Jay, good thoughts. I'm going to get back to the rest of the panel with that too, but we got the 1/6 Scale Man in here too, and Lael, I got to check out your show, at least the last part of it today from work. I was like, ooh, Lael's on. Yeah. And dude, I saw some of the things you were saying. You know what's interesting here? Hot Toys, just like they did with the Iron Man figures, they're going right out and putting in their old versions and being like, hey, look, compare. It's a better size, it's better. So they're
Yeah.
kind of like they're doing that.
Yeah.
I feel like it kind of goes in the secondary mark. I'll be honest with you, dude. You know, I'm building my DC collection, right?
Mhm.
I was looking at this every week. I was just trying to find a deal if I could get it like $375 or even $350 because they're going like close to $500.
Yep.
Dude, I'm so glad I didn't. Not that I wouldn't like that figure, but this is just. I wouldn't buy. Here's the thing: what I'm saying, Will. I wouldn't buy MMS 342 if I had MMS 732. Now, if I have MMS 342, I'd probably keep it and buy this figure, but I wouldn't do it vice versa. If I had this, I wouldn't go backwards. And they're going right here and putting that right in view.
Yeah. I mean, MMS 342 was basically here was for a while. The thing is this honestly, bro, let's, you know, it is what it is, bro. Call a spade, and you can't get around that. This has nothing to do with them wanting to do a 2.0 on this figure or wanting to upgrade or whatever. Nope. It's them getting ahead of the curve because they know that InArt is about to basically release the same damn figure, bro.
Oh, yeah.
We've already gotten that. It's been teased. They weren't, if literally, and I'm telling you, bro, like, and I'm just keeping it all the way a stack and a buck. Do you think, and they would have probably did it down the line, but do you think, I mean, come on. InArt basically does the Joker. Hot Toys decides later on that they want to actually do it. They've done it. InArt basically decides that they're going to release the BVS Superman and tease the BVS Batman. Hot Toys is like, yeah, nah, let's get ahead of that curve and let's do it now. Which I'm not mad at because competition is competition. You have to give credit where credit is due. If it wasn't for InArt, I'm sorry, people won't want to hear me say that, but it's the truth.
Well, iron sharpens iron, dude.
Competition, that's what I'm saying, bro. Competition spawns innovation, and that's exactly what happened in this case.
Yeah.
They dropped it, you know, they've teased it. Hot Toys is getting ahead of the curve saying, nope, we're going to give you our particular version. And the beauty of this piece, and again, if you're looking at this, bro, and it was crazy how I looked at this and it compared it to the 342. It's like I didn't realize how skinny the 342 really was. How small it was.
Yeah.
Like I had no idea how small that figure really was compared to how Ben Affleck was and how it was supposed to be. And this right here is a beautiful piece. I mean, if you're going to go with this particular version, I'm sorry. You don't go regular version. You go deluxe, especially if you're getting that cow, the split cow, the articulated
if you're
cow.
going to pose it, I mean,
if you're going to pose it, definitely. But even if you're not, the capes that you actually get with this, the wired cape that you get with the deluxe that you're not going to get with the regular version, you get that bust, you know, stand, you get the diorama base, you know, everything, you know, fully articulated.
Wait,
figure.
you don't get the wired cape layout with the
not with the regular version.
Really?
Not with the regular version.
They're really making this deluxe, like in comparison to say maybe like the Indiana Jones recent release from this year, which the deluxe was just getting that base, which might be nice, but you may not care about that, but you're getting everything else.
Yeah. So this is what I'm saying. You're getting all of this with the deluxe, and that's why when I look at that price point, it does sort of like make sense to me. It kind of makes sense to me, especially with everything that we actually see from this piece. It makes sense.
Wow.
And the thing is, it's like, all right, I know people, the argument is going to be another 2.0, another 2.0, another 2.0. And I think, Costa, you said it earlier. This is what they do. This is what figure companies do. They release 2.0 figures. This is basically what happens. They want to get ahead of the curve. If they can make it better, why not make it better? But at the same time, for people who didn't get the first version, you can get this now. You know what I mean? You have a chance to basically get and put stock into this piece because I sure enough wanted the BVS. I wanted the BVS version, but I didn't want to spend that BVS money it's going for right now. You know what I mean? So to have that, and then I know people will be like, well, I'm waiting on InArt. Yay, that's fine. Wait on InArt, and that's perfectly fine. I'm putting my stock in this right now because, again, I'm just impatient. I don't want to wait. I don't want to have to wait until they finally announce it, and then it may not come out for like another 1 or 2 years after that. You know what I mean? Whereas Hot Toys is basically dropping dimes on this right now, which means that we'll get this a lot sooner. You know what I mean? So this is where I'm at right now. It's going to look great in my display next to the Wonder Woman that we got, the 100th anniversary of that. And once that Henry Cavill BVS drops from InArt, because they already announced that. I'll have that in my display as well. So I'm going for a very nice DC display. That's where I'm at right now, man. That's basically what I'm looking at right now, and hopefully it happens. But again, best of both worlds. You get two totally different companies doing the same figures, so you get variety. You have a choice of what you want to do. For people who said they're going to wait for InArt, that's dope because you definitely can. For people, there were some people saying that we're going to get both. You can if you want to. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. You can get both if you want to and do a comparison. But this would sold me on it because I didn't Jay, I was looking at this earlier and I didn't realize at first. I didn't realize, number one, when I even put the thumbnail up, the first thumbnail I put up was the Justice League. I had to change it to BVS because I was like, oh shit, I didn't know that. Number one. And then number two, I didn't know that this thing and the head sculpt. If y'all went Ben Affleck, that head sculpt is perfect. It looks incredible.
It does.
And on top of it, insane. And you're getting that split head sculpt. I mean, that split cowl, bro. Unreal Customs. And I was talking about this earlier, bro. I was looking at, and I don't know if anybody remembers that Unreal Customs was going to release they released a split cowl version, right? Bro, the price of that sculpt was the price for this figure now. And more.
So what is this going for now? What is this? What is the deluxe?
I think it's like 360. 330? Is it 330? 340?
Now I'm hold on.
I saw it up here earlier. I had it
330 would be unreal for
it's going for 350. It's going for 350.
That's not bad, guys.
Not
with
bad.
Everything this
Not
comes
bad.
with.
Not bad.
It looks so damn good.
Not bad.
My thing with this is people like Aries, go back.
Like look at all this. Yeah, sure.
Go back to the comparison. Like
this one right here.
That right there, yes. It just looks. Now looking at MMS 342, it just looks.
If I would have bought that for 500, I would have.
Bro, it looks. When you look at 342, it looks like somebody's cosplaying as Ben Affleck. Bro.
It looks like he just got it. It's like his head just got like. It's like,
bro.
What the hell? It just doesn't look natural at all.
Yeah.
And
you look like you're seeing Bruce Wayne looking at his buddy Derp Wayne.
And what came with 342? What came with that figure? Did the head come off? Was there a head sculpt or no?
Yes, there was a head sculpt, but it didn't have rolling eyes function.
Okay,
right?
I thought there wasn't a head sculpt they said with the Batman or Superman one. I thought that was.
I've been saying it, for about 6 months now. And I know I Good Morning Grails, that's the thing. Grail Master, Grail King, all that. I was just, riding in the car and explaining to my mom about 2.0s and, Grail figures. And I didn't, I don't do Good Morning Grails like that anymore. One, I bought all the Grails that I wanted to get at the time. But honestly, we're in the age of 2.0s. And I look at it like this, bring them on. And the reason why I say that is because of innovation. Honestly, we should have been getting this. I'll be honest. We should have.
Yeah.
And shame on Hot Toys because I think it was business for you as usual for a long time. They had a lot of good figures. Don't get me wrong. They put out a lot of good stuff. But some stuff, come on, we know like people do. They phone that shit in. They was phoning some stuff in. They were phoning a lot of stuff in between, 2009 and 2019 and 2020. They were. And art comes on the scene. All the statue collectors come into it. You had a whole renaissance of people demanding more from their collectibles. And now this is where we're at. And I think it's a great time to be a collector. It's a great time to just start it. Like, hey, I just got started. It's a great time to come in. But for all of us that have been collecting, and we go back and we look at some of the stuff we have, like this, this older version of Affleck, you're gonna be like, well, damn, I gotta buy more. I gotta buy this one to get a more accurate collector. Now you don't have to do that. If you're happy with it, you can keep it in your collection. Some people are, but it's also going to be some people like me that just wants the best representation of these collectibles. So, and it sucks. It sucks that we have to do that. And once again, shame on Hot Toys for that. But I'm so glad that we do have companies like NR, J&D, third party, all of them kicking them in the ass like, hey, we coming. And
we're coming for you. Definitely. We are definitely coming for you. And that's exactly what they're doing. They are coming for them. But at the same time, bro, the beauty of this is we know that Hot Toys MO right now is to get that prototype or the production photo as closely associated and related to that, the prototype that's released. So if you get the production and the proto matched, which they have lately, they've been doing a great job of giving those head sculpts that are on point. Some of them iffy, but some of them basically are still on point, and I'm with it. So if this looks exactly the way it does in production, I'm good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If I'm good. I'm happy about that, and I'll be completely fine with it. No concerns, because again, I've always wanted to have a BVS, and I have this in my collection. Better articulation, better sculpt, split sky cow, the diorama piece. Yeah, I'm all in, and I'm putting that on the Costa credit card.
Well, listen, guys, before we continue, I got to go to Lane real quick here because he's going to unbox his full-scale Grogu here.
Hey, I got to dip out. Sorry about that, man. I got to get ready for this show. I just wanted to dip in real quick and up to everybody. So I do apologize, man. Thank you for having me here as always.
Boy, we're just all like abandoned ship.
You're gonna jump out. No, that's great. 1/6 scale, man. Appreciate you coming in. Love getting your thoughts on there. Lane, I know you got a jet too, but we got the Space Pip who comes on in.
Yeah,
and now we just need the Hot Toys Wizard.
But no. 2.5 of me, so you'll be.
But yeah, thanks for
my personality.
Thanks for having me, man. As always, I appreciate it, bro. And I will talk to you guys later on. And everybody out there in the chat, if you want this figure and you're trying to get it and it's costly, put it on the Brother Cousins credit card. That is interest free for like the first year. Definitely, you can get it and you don't have to pay for just 1 year. But I must tell you, read the fine print.
If you're trying to pick this toy up, you probably just need the Hot Toys Wizard credit union, because they make credit appear and disappear like a puff, like a magic spell. Yabba dabba do.
All right, man. Anyway. See y'all later, man. Peace out.
That's the 1/6 scale, man. Make sure you subscribe to Lale. Lane, I know you got to jet out of here, baby, but I appreciate you having here, man.
Yeah, no, hey, it was great being here, everyone. So, real quick thing, just one word before I go out, and I'm interested for everybody. What do you think is going to be new release from Hot Toys this week if we get one?
This right here.
What's going on here? I'm sorry, sir. It's time for you to leave. And so it is.
So we're going to get a Commander Apo 2.0? Gotcha. Do you think I'm just going to say this because I was making a joke to one of my friends on Facebook. I said, we get this Batman, but we're getting everything except the one Batman we all want right now, which is a certain glitter found the Batman. That's the Batman we want right now.
No, I want another Christian Bale. Speak for yourself, baby. I want more Christian Bale, just like I want more Iron Man.
I got a W100. Maybe I'll have your name on it there, so you can be great.
I'll take a W. Yeah, there you go. Come on.
All righty, I better head out, guys. You guys have a good night. Hey, it's good to see you, even if just a little bit, Sir Cousins.
Yes,
and
sir.
Also, the newsman.
Yes, sir.
Of course, the pop culture man. It's been a bit, and there's always everybody. As I leave, before you leave tonight, if you're watching here, even if you're only here for 5-10 minutes, make sure before you go, you hit the like button for Sarah Aries. He always appreciates it, and keep checking out as a single songwriter. Once again, won a giveaway of a membership.
Congrats, single songwriter.
Like 5 times when
and then Mike Litteris did a gift too, and Boba Fettuccine won that one.
Yes. But anyway, you all have a good night. It was a pleasure being with you. I'll see you guys.
Lane, see you later. And you have to wonder, everyone, is this what they call Lane as he exits?
The wizard.
All right, I'm going to start off the controversy now. So here's the thing, Brent. I'm going to go right to you with this because I've, I watched Lale's show earlier and seen some of the comments. I've seen some of the comments today from the forums and stuff like that. So iron sharpens iron, and I know this just from competition. You know this from covering sports and whatnot with all the news stuff. If there's no competition, it gets stagnant. There's no innovation, just like we were talking about in here.
Yep.
You know, and everyone takes a step up to remain to be the king. So here's the thing, you know, InArt is going to come out with their own version of Ben Affleck, but you notice what's missing here? There's not an Artisan version of this. They can easily. So, you know, if they have a rooted hair version, because, you know, people tend to forget how many Jokers, Brent, did Hot Toys come out with of the Heath Ledger Joker before InArt came out with theirs. And then they're like, okay, and now we're going to go ahead and give you a rooted hair and a sculpted hair version. They're giving you this right here. But they can go ahead and InArt can say, okay, I'll wait for the InArt one. And then Hot Toys can say, okay, what does competition do, Brett? We'll one up it, and then we'll come out with another version of that. And I get it too, that they haven't done short hair yet, but this isn't too short of a hair. And remember what a lot of people were saying too, Brent. Oh, Hot Toys would never do rooted hair. It's outside of their lane. No pun intended. That lane just exited the building. But they did do it because Howard is competitive. Iron sharpens iron. It's all about competition. I bet your arse they're going to go ahead and do it just because it's competitive. But that's another point. So someone can counter and say, well, I'll wait for the next Hot Toys version. Because if you waited long enough for this, you get this, and you'll get 3.0s. Go, Brent. What do you think about that?
Well, as much as we have been lavishing love on this figure, and rightly so, it's gorgeous. Everything you get, everything about it. I mean, there's nothing negative to say. But should this have been an Artisan? Should Hot Toys have checked all the boxes, preventing InArt from having any chance of doing something that might cause anybody to sit back and not want to buy this quite yet, to wait and see what the InArt offering is going to look like, and then make a decision on which one they want. If they want an Artisan version, then you're probably not going to cave and get this one right now, you know?
Well, but that's a good point. But do you think maybe they're thinking, well, wait a minute, if we did that, what if InArts was better? And then they can't put out another Artisan yet. So maybe they're holding that back to see, okay, let's see what they do. And if they do one up us, we could be like, oh, but wait, we have an Artisan version, by the way, too. You see how like this game gets played?
Absolutely. And, you know, I mean, it's going to be amazing to see what InArt does and what their price point on their figure is going to be. I mean, I think it's safe to say it's going to be higher, much higher than this one. So if you want to get this figure for $350 for everything, and you're happy with what you see in these photos, get it now. But there's going to be some people out there, guys, I really believe it, that are going to wait and see on what the InArt offering is going to look like. And they, you know, they don't, you know, and maybe they'll throw an extra $250, $300 at it. If that figure looks better, and maybe it doesn't have as many accessories. Maybe sometimes that's what matters to some people, and that's what the beauty of competition is.
No, it's a good point. Costa, let's go to you on that. I mean, no one thought Hot Toys was going to do rooted hair. They did rooted hair, or a lot of people didn't. They did it. Some people think they won't do short. I think they're going to do it. I think, do you wait for the InArt version? Is this one good enough? Can Hot Toys come back and say, well, okay, here's another one? How far can this go where you keep going?
Well, for those people that want to wait for the InArt version, I'm going to guess a lot of them have the Superman that they're coming out with. Like, I'd be afraid that this wouldn't scale right with another company, even though, you know, it should. So if I bought that Batman versus Superman. Superman, I would wait for InArt, but this, I don't think InArts is going to come with a whole lot of, these accessories and all the stuff that this comes with for 350. That's not going to happen. And I also believe that they wanted to make this, I guess kind of affordable. I guess if you go the 290 route, it's in there the current pricing for Hot Toys. I mean, it depends on also if you want to wait, because right now I know InArt's gonna like ramp up their production, add more people, but they haven't even announced this, right? So
No, it's just like, what was it, like a tease or something that they did, or they just kind of like mentioned it's on the docket.
I think they just mentioned it. I don't even remember seeing a tease of it. The only tease that we saw.
So you made wait a long time, Costa.
Was the Bail?
Yeah,
you're gonna wait. You're gonna wait 2027. They're coming out with. Well,
honestly, that would be easy then.
A year,
if you're waiting for that for Hot Toys to come back and say, "Oh, here's an Artisan version."
Well, I mean, I don't even know if you really. I mean, do you really need what else? The only thing Artisan
I wouldn't need it.
Rooted hair. I mean, I think their sculpted hair is just fantastic. They're definitely,
especially on this one,
the best in the business on sculpted hair.
I agree. Totally.
And it's getting better.
Yeah, like Jay said, look at that.
Well, let's go to the
second hair piece. Doesn't look like in one of the pictures. It's like, is that a photo? It's like
this one here. Yeah, it looks so good.
Look at it. You can't even tell that's plastic.
No, it almost looks like it's real. The way it's coming up from the root here on this one on the right. See, like this one, this like on the left where he has like these
where it's clumped
bangs and clumped.
Yeah,
that would be really, really cool. But didn't InArt do with the new Batman movie with that I don't know, that younger actor? They did that. So that's where I think that this may come into play. Like for those especially if they only did Costa, like what did they do of the freaking Scarlet Witch? 2,500? I mean, that'd go like mad. Like that's easy. That's like gone. That's like peanuts.
Yeah. Well,
that's like
I think like if you're gonna do Artisan, this is how I would do it the way Mondo does it. You have a timed edition. That's it. I don't like having to fight for to try to jockey and see if you can get that figure in a lottery. I think if you really want to try to preserve value and make some of the people happy with not making 1 million of these, they should just have a timed edition, like 3-day window. If you can get it, you can get it. If you can't, then you
out, I like that idea about a 3-day window. Where imagine they didn't put a limit on it and there wasn't even a queue, which was fun. But it's only going up for 72 hours.
Yep.
And as many as they sell, if they sell 20 million, they sell 20 million. If they sell 2,500, that's it. That would be great. Yeah. I would love that idea.
I mean, I don't
Mondo
know why
does that now, so
yeah, I don't know why they don't do it. I mean, we're looking at right now, Hasbro is doing the whole thing with the Ghostbusters PK meter and the trap, and I think that closes tonight. And once they're all said and done, I think that's like like a $7 million product. They made $7 million. They'll have, wow. So I don't understand, so I don't understand why Hot Toys doesn't do that. Why they don't have like a 3-day window type of thing for because it's always going to be somebody that's going to miss it, or that's going to want it, like, oh, I didn't know, or I forgot, or it's always going to be that. So it's going to hold that value if they do care about a secondary market value. So it still holds that. So they just need to Yeah, I don't know why they don't do it. I just think they just leave money on the table to do, 4 to 5,000 artisan, or it's 3 and 4,000 artisan figures just
It
doesn't.
creates a buzz and it creates
Yeah.
a call to action. But if you think about even a hybrid way to do it, if they give you only like 48 hours, because if they're doing the queue system, you're going to have to buy it anyway. So you're going to have to put your NRD down no matter what. But if they give people 48 hours, then they don't have, or 72 hours, then they don't have to worry about that. They probably won't be missing out on the queue. Would they be able to, though, Jay, at the end of it, whatever it is at the end of 72 hours, say, by the way, we sold 7,200 of these?
Yeah.
That would be pretty cool, wouldn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
And then you would know the number. That would be freaking innovative right there.
Absolutely.
But let me ask you about this. You heard Costa brings up some good points about in-art answering. So does Brent. So going back to my original question, I feel like, because you know what happens in any sports and in fighting. I one-upped you, I beat you. I one-up you, I beat you. I one-up you and I beat you. And sometimes the fans are like, wow, okay, the third rematch, the fourth rematch. Sometimes the viewership goes up. Sometimes the viewership goes down. But that's what happens when you're competing. I feel like Hot Toys perhaps is like, okay, let's put this out. But this isn't the last Affleck Batman we're going to put out. And if we have to put out an artisan version with another sculpt like they did, the Heath Ledger Joker, Jay, I think that they can. So when InArt does that, the Hot Toys can come back and answer if they want, and in limited runs. What do you think?
Oh, that's very, very possible, and it's something that they're probably going to do. I mean, with all the hype about Annie with the good hair, I really see them. I mean, I'm one of the people that believe that we're going to get a dark side Anakin, and they're going to put that out, and that's going to be an artisan, and then there you go. Or they'll just put it out for grabs. And does that devalue the artisan Anakin? No, it doesn't. People still going to want it. They want to make as much money as they can. So it does make sense that they would do this. They can give this one to us, and then they can just go right back and be like, "Yep, here's a Affleck, here's a Affleck artisan with the shorter hair." They could do it. I don't think it's crazy that they to believe that they won't do it. I think it's going to happen.
So Jay, I want to ask you this because you were in here when we first asked this question. And it's going to dive into what with this Batman.
No.
Is this? It was very, very quiet. Are we going to get anything in December? We did have the Hano release. We'll say that, innovation there. Okay, we're going with a budget line.
Yep.
Is this Affleck from, Batman versus Superman, the start of a whopper December? And it's not even something from Ahsoka. It's not something from Aquaman. It's not something from the Marvels. It's not something from a recent movie. It's just, hey, here's an Affleck from a movie a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. You know where I'm going because I said that. Is this the start for a December where it's like, hey, here's some other stuff? What do you think? I think it's possible.
It's possible. It's possible they can want to end the year off with a bang. They could. What that would be, I have no idea. Your guess is good as mine. It could be. I would love to think that we're going to get more 40th figures. They'll just like, hey, here you go. Here's 2 more. Here's a Bosch Leia and a Gamorrean Guard. But I'm not holding my breath on that at this point. I'm not. I don't know what we're going to get. I mean, they have thrown us some surprises this year. Remember early in the year when we woke up one night and we were talking, and we saw a Darth Sidious from Clone Wars, so a General Kenobi, so I mean, shit, they gave us some surprises this year. The artisans, alone, they gave us a lot of big surprises this year. So what's to come? I don't know. At this point, it's a roller coaster ride, and I think we're all just holding on with bated breath to see what's going to happen. Art is becoming harder and harder to guess. At one point, they was like, "Yep, they're going to do this. Yep, they're going to do that." I remember back in the day, going all the way back in 2009 when I started collecting Hot Toys, and I found out that they were doing a Michael Jackson, that they did Michael Jackson figures. I was like, man, they're gonna do. I bet they're gonna do a Thriller. It's gonna be like almost like a 2-pack, and they're gonna have the zombie face, and then they fucking did it. They just did it, and I was like, wow, you know. You could just put your, it was funny that I could do that back then. Now, so I don't know what the hell they're gonna hit us with.
No, you don't. You don't know.
They may just go back and just dig up Sucker Punch. You'd be like, what the Sucker Punch? Really? another Snyder property. They just may put a baby doll out for us. You're like,
well, you know what's funny? Yeah, and you're bringing this up, and Brent, let's go to you with this because he brought, and this goes directly in relation to what we're talking about here and the Batman. So this is going to severely affect that Affleck Batman in the secondary market that comes with the full head sculpt. It just is. And, it's just, and, just like those new Iron Man figures are severely hurting those 2.0s, those other Iron Man figures. And you have to wonder, here's another figure that goes for $500, $600, sometimes $700, if you get in with the throne. And imagine if they re-put this out with rolling eyes function. Imagine if they put out the Han we talked about before. Even if it's a New Hope one, they don't give us the Bestman. They don't give us the 40th. They just give us a New Hope one again. It greatly reduces the value of those figures, like Costa was talking about. Hey, if you're investing in these where it's going to be like a Vital Cape Jawa or a freaking rocket firing Fett, you're probably doing the wrong thing. Furthermore, we may not get a Mandalorian season 4 next year. We may not be getting hardly, I think maybe one Marvel movie, if any, next year. You're not getting any Star Wars movies. I think maybe a lot of 2.0s may be coming. What are they going to put out?
It's hard to say. I mean, geez, they could go anywhere they want to go next year. Really, I mean, they could go back to the prequel movies if they want. I don't think they'll touch the sequel movies because they haven't done that in years. So I think those are off the table. But if they're going to do any 2.0s at all, I think you're looking at a original trilogy and possibly some Mandalorian figures, or maybe, some of these other ones that they've been putting out more recently. But, they in some ways they just put out a 2.0. I'm trying to figure out who was it from Ahsoka. What was the most recent one they put out?
They just put out the Rex.
The Rex. Yeah. Well, there's the regular Rex Clone Wars one that's still sitting there, rotting on the vine. Yet you put out one, that really, there is some difference there, but it's not a whole lot, not enough for me to go chase it down. I didn't get that figure. Rex, it was a cool little cameo for him in Ahsoka for 2.2 seconds, and then he was gone, but it wasn't enough for me to go spend $270 on that figure. So, I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do next year. My hope is that they go, do some 1.1s and maybe do some of the ones like Jay was mentioning, the Gamorrean.
Yeah, 1.1 sound good.
And you do the Bausch Leia. And so what if it's a year after the 40th? Just do it, do it when you want, if that's when the window of opportunity to do it is, you got Ahsoka out of the way, you got all these things out of the way that you kind of had to feed the beast, right? So, next year just seems to be an open playground. Really, it does. And it's a space where if they really want to make money, start doing some of those figures, and they can just have my credit card, or they could take Jay's. That's what Lael said.
They could take all of ours if they gave us a 1.0 die cast of this freaking guy.
single songwriter, I'm there with you. If they with a Terminator 40th, if they do some Terminator stuff, I am all in. Those figures need and deserve to.
And the quarter scale, right? I mean, yes.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yes.
Yep. So, but I mean, Jay, going to you with this here. I mean, this goes $500-$600. The Affleck Batman goes $500-$600. Probably not anymore. You're going to see all those go up, and a lot of Affleck Batmans go up. If they did this, and this is market data, Jay, they know how much Tim Cent would sell this for right now. You know, whatever it is, close to, I don't know, it's hundreds, you know, way high. And right there, they could ascertain, well, if we put this out, could we sell 2,500 Emperors like we did Scarlet Witch, and we already have the head sculpt, or 1,500 of these like we did the Gal Gadot one? Of course you can. Of course you can. So I don't know, dude. I feel like it could be the era of 2.0s. And then should people actually buy an Emperor that's out in the secondary market with a throne? Or is this, I mean, what do you think?
I would wait. I would totally wait. Now, I will say this, like certain innovations don't, I always ask myself, how much better could they be? You know? So like, I wouldn't see rolling eyes function on an Emperor, in my opinion. It's not needed, especially for this version, because he's going to be hooded most of the damn time. You're not even going to really see his eyes. So I think that's an innovation that's not needed. Now, innovation that does need to be, and that would make me jump for joy for, is more technical, logical things. I mean, more like for instance, that throne. Why wasn't it, make that USB powered? You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that.
Yeah, instead of the AA batteries.
The AA battery, and and it looks cool lit up like that, but I can't have it lit up like that. I gotta go and flip the switch and open the display and close. It's a pain in the ass. I never use it. But if it was, USB power, and as soon as I cut all my lights and it cuts on with it, baby, I love it. That type of stuff, yeah, give us that if you're going to do a 2.0. But if making it an Artisan, rolling eyes, I don't see for that version of Palpatine. No, I don't think it's necessary. And it all depends on where you're at. If you put it like this, I know Christmas is around the corner, and I had the habit of getting a Grail or a Grail piece every Christmas. I would be like, hey, my wife give me a little extra money, and then I could pile my little money together, and then I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go big, and I'm gonna get something that I really wanted. And I did that for many a year. But where we're at right now in collecting, I think it's good to wait. And this is Mr. Good Morning Grail saying, I think it's good to wait at this point, because this is a renaissance of 2.0s. This is a renaissance where we're in high demand. We demand collectibles to be at their best at this point.
And Jay,
I'm saying, and we were there, in 2009. I was there a lot, like all of you, like a lot of us was all there. That's why I think we came to Hot Toys. We were doing Black Series. We were doing McFarlane. And then we were like, okay, this is great. We probably had a little bit of, big boy job, start getting a little bit more money. I know that's how it was for me. And I was like, you know what? I want something that looks like it jumped off the damn, Hot Toys? What is this? And now it's like we're back there again. But now it's as it should be. It should elevate and innovate as time goes on with technology, paint applications. The way it took a while. I mean, it took them time just to find out how to, make some of this stuff in 1/6 scale back in the day. But now with 3D printers and technology and microscopes that can zoom into your damn pores super deep, we have the technology to make these products way better than they ever been. So yeah, I would just, I say all that to say is, wait. If you're looking for that big 2.0, depending on what it is, if it's something like we say Terminator or even some of that 80s stuff ain't coming back. I doubt we ever get a John Matrix ever again. We may get a John Matrix again, but it probably won't be until, and I hate to say it, please, Lord, don't let it happen. But until like it kicks the bucket, then you'll probably see, a Schwarzenegger line or something, something like that. But right now, you're not going to see stuff like that. So just use your brain. Just really think about it before you buy it. That's what I say. Just really think about it.
Well, and Jay, I think with low production numbers too, with what you're saying, because obviously very low production numbers on a lot of these figures. That there was I counted it was 33, 34. I got it written down on my other desk. Star Wars pre-orders right now that are on waitlist. They're just waitlisted. I was like, what the frack? I mean, I didn't even get into Marvel and all that stuff, but with these low production numbers, some of these figures, some of these characters, they can just come out with again, even like that Rex, like Brent was talking about, Jay. We already have a Rex with a head sculpt. Oh, well, let's just put out another one. We don't care that it's in stock and you're our distributor, Sideshow, and these other retailers that have it. They just put it out. There was the same thing with the wool-rooted hair and sculpted Scarlet Witch from freaking an older movie. And they still had all the WandaVision ones up there. So it seems like they don't even care. They'll just put it out.
Yeah.
And here's an interesting thing, Brent, and this was where this ties in. I'm going to put this in. I mentioned it to you guys.
Yeah.
So Brent, let me bring this up onto the screen because this is real life, and I talk about this kind of stuff a lot. And this is from CNBC and News Today. Hasbro laying off 1,100 workers as weak toy sales persist into holiday season. And you can, take a look at this. And toy sales are struggling. And we're seeing, Hot Toys come out with today a toy from, how long ago? And how many times am I putting up, in the market show where we're all seeing in the secondary market, a lot of figures just, it's what it is right now. I don't even have to tell anybody. If you live in California, you're paying $6 for gas. If you're living here, some of you are paying $4 or $5 for gas. You know what you're paying for eggs, baby. I know what I'm paying for coffee and half. This is real stuff. And maybe Hot Toys needs to put out these figures because they sell in the secondary market and they just kill it and they get the money themselves. Yeah, go ahead, Jay.
But I think, with this, I'm sorry to jump in like that, but I was just thinking about this, right? What if, I wasn't able to get Hot Toys and stuff like that until I was at a certain point in my life, financially, right? But I'm seeing a lot of young people getting into Hot Toys. A lot of them. And when you think of it, when you look at all the pops, you got a lot of kids that were into pops, and they went from pop, and then they were collecting pops, and then they wanted a high end. Some of these pops were worth more money. They were saving their money to buy these pops, or comic books, or even some of these Hasbro figures. If you get if you collect a whole line of Hasbro figures, that's about 2 to 3 Hot Toys right there. So what if kids, the younger, because I really think collectors of Hot Toys are going to get younger and younger as time goes on. So what if they're just not digging the regular Hasbro toys? They're not digging those figures, the Black Series, all that shit. They're not digging that shit no more, and they're looking for more higher end type of piece. These collectors will probably save their money, and opposed to buying a bunch of Black Series, they'll probably just buy one dope ass Hot Toys figure. Because I get,
that's what I did. I got out of all the Black Series so I could get into and start saving money for Hot Toys. So I think that's a good point, Jay. But I'm going to give you because I actually think that that's actually part of it. But I'm going to give you another thing that I think is part of it. I know, like with my young nephew Tommy, who's going to be turning 8 years old, he won't even look at any toys. He's not only not interested in what I've got in my display. All he wants to do is play with the phone and with the video games. That's it.
Yep.
They don't. He doesn't even. It's like, what, a toy? What, are you kidding me? It's like I think that's part of it too, Jay.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I totally agree.
Good points. Brent, let's go to you with this. How do you think this plays into maybe what Hot Toys does and what Jay was saying there too? It could be, this could be, partly that maybe they want higher end pieces, but interesting stuff. I like this conversation.
I think it's a shot across the bow to anybody who's ever collected or been anywhere near the toy industry at all. Anybody who's worked in it, us who's been around it and collected it. I mean, this is a serious page turning, I believe, in the history of toy collecting. I mean, gone are the days of people from my generation or our generation of going into a Target or a Walmart or whatever toy stores exist and going to the Star Wars aisle and leafing through the figures on the peg looking for that one that got away, or trying to complete your carded collection that way. It's these young, like you mentioned, Aries, nobody young today is doing that. I mean, that's all I thought about when I was 12 years old. I mean, I didn't have a cell phone. I didn't have anything. I had, going to Kmart trying to get my,
I had my Atari 2600 eventually.
I had my Atari 2600 too. I'm like you. And I just wanted to get, the next wave of Star Wars figures. When's the Cantina wave coming out? I want that Greedo. And I would just keep going, and it's just not there anymore. And now,
yes.
Now a lot of these figures in recent years, and what kind of drove me away from Hasbro is that a lot of them, I mean, you couldn't get them in stores anymore. And then they became like Entertainment Earth exclusives, but you had to buy cases of them in order to get them. Right. And then you had doubles of everything. And what was the point of that? And then you're on the hook to either keep them or you got to sell them. And then, and then you had to get them through Hasbro Pulse. It was the only way you can get them. And then it was a bitch trying to get on there. You got kicked off and you couldn't get figures anymore. And, I just, it's not what it was. It's not what it was. And, this is evidence of that, that you can't have 1,100, you can't have these companies like Hasbro churning out toys that nobody's buying. Simple as that.
Yeah. It's interesting. Costa, let's bring it to you with this conversation. I think there's a lot of things going on here. Jay brings up, pretty good points. This could be, just partly directed with Hasbro. Brent bringing up some great points here. I think all in all, though, too, it also shows what's going on in the economy a little bit too. I'd be interested to see how the whole holiday season turns out here, which I'll be looking into in a lot of things. But this kind of sucks area this today a lot.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy, especially when consumers buy more stuff at this time of year, from Black Friday till like the second week of January. Yeah, it's sad. Is it I don't know. I know the CEO is there to make the stockholders happy, and that's it. I feel bad for all of these, workers getting laid off at Christmas, or at the holiday season. I think it's bullshit. They probably don't have to, but you need to get a little bit more profit for your shareholders. So that's just
but during
the way capitalism is.
Freaking holiday season, it's just barfing. It's
horrible.
Throw up, horrible, and it just kind of shows. I believe, guys, too. And Jay, going back to you, the kind of state we're in the economy. I mean, Jay, you have a little one. You go to the supermarket. You're buying things, and We're seeing some of this stuff too that's in stock. You're seeing bigger discounts than I've ever seen on a lot of stuff. And then you're seeing like this Affleck Batman today. And it's like, whoa, this is kind of like a older figure, older movie. There's a lot of stuff going out here. And I'm wondering if it's like, hey, we got to keep turning the wheels too, because people will buy that figure. It's an upgrade. Yeah. And again, that Affleck's going for, $400 or $500 with the head sculpt of the secondary market. Now, if you put this out, everybody, like seriously, like for me, I could tell you right now, I really was looking and was going to pull the trigger any week on that Batman with the Ben. Now I won't. I absolutely will not. I will buy that. Is that part of maybe what Hot Toys is thinking too? Is it not just about in art? Is everything they're doing about in art, or is some things about some of the stuff like we're seeing here in the news? Hey, we got to turn a profit. We're seeing that things get bought here, even in this economy. We want to get that pie. We better put this out. Is there any of that going on?
Yeah, absolutely. Oh no, absolutely. They want to. If you look at what's been going on all this year, they've been putting out stuff really just to deter. I mean, it grabs a lot of attention to the community, and they know what happened last week. They know, and it's funny how these companies are just going back and forth, because we see how J&D released the little spot with Kojin and for the another, I can't believe it, another Joker. And then today we also got more pictures of that Joker, and the different tiers for that Joker. And Hot Toys wants to do, they want to remain the king of the hill. They have to, and they're going to stay there forever, because I don't think no other company can put out the volume that they put out. They don't have it. They don't. J&D has that exclusivity, and that's going to be, J&D is not for, they don't want the Hot Toy collector, how they say it. I think that's kind of bullshit, but they want to set themselves up as more of the elite, for the elitist collector, which is cool, because not everybody is able, and I get that. But Hot Toys, what they want to do, they want to set it up for, they want your money, they want the attention on them all the time. And let's face it, that Affleck that's on the secondary market, that's $500 that you were looking at, that's not on sale anymore. They sold it. You know what I'm saying? They sold it. So now they're selling you something else. You know what I'm saying? So yes, does that devalue their product, the secondary market? Yeah, it does. But the way collecting is, and for them and what they're doing, they're not doing this for the collector anymore. And this is a pieces of Grail keys. They're like, damn your Grails. They like all that Grails is, and all the Good Morning Grail stuff, all that stuff was just market research for them. They was like, oh, people still have an interest in that. Well, let's put that out, and let's also make it better, because we get to make those, we get to hold on to those properties. That's the major thing, because they don't want those licenses just laying dormant. They don't want that either. So, but they also want that name recognition, letting people know that, hey, yeah, we did it. Because if they just, hung their hat on the DX11, was that, which is that the Joker, the DX11? If they if they hung their hat just on that one, I mean, they would have been looking foolish. Like, damn, that looks pretty out of damn date. So they had to come with the new Artisan, and to, and if anybody was like me, when I first saw that Artisan, I remember I was on vacation, I saw that Artisan Joker, and I was like, I made fun of it. I'm like, man, a little too late. I got my NR, I'm good. But then
and now you got that other one.
But then they were like, wait a minute, this is an Artisan figure. This is an Artisan. This is a limited release. And I was like, well, limited? What do you mean limited? But
your bubble started bubbling.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's how they got me and got us all. So they're smart. They're smart.
Well, they're smart. And they gotta keep they gotta keep that interest going, right, Costa? I mean, they gotta be like,
not just that. Like 2.0s are also there to bring in new people. Like, you don't want somebody to come in and be like, oh shit, this figure that I wanted, was available 10 years ago or 6 years ago. They gotta throw a little bit of little 2.0s out there here and there to bring people in, keep people, and remember, Grail is just it's just something that's unattainable that you're on a quest for, right? So your Grail is not going to be what somebody else's Grail is, and there's not one Grail for this collecting community or pretty much any collectibles. It's not like Kenner, where that prototype Boba Fett launching rocket launching figure, that's to me is more of like a true Grail. Like somebody might be out there, they have a favorite figure, they just can't afford it, but it's in the bargain bin. But to them, that's like their Grail, but they just can't get it. Like it's not in their means right now. And maybe one day, they'll be able to get it. Like a Grail, we throw that word around like there's no tomorrow. I just
like that 2-pack Tarkin Vader I put a Grail that I put.
That's
up
a Grail for me, but
right.
For my friend who only likes Marvel, they don't give a shit.
He's like, I'll put it on eBay.
Yeah, that's great. That's great.
Thank you. Well, you know what's interesting? If any of you guys could send me a link to the picture of a J&D Joker, that would be great. Because I want to pull it up real quick here. But is it $1,700, guys, for this Joker?
For the 2-pack. Bob Dylan got all the prices.
Yep. And so how much?
So it's $800 for the base.
Oh my god! How many?
In the 1,700 one, the 2-pack, that's from what I understand, that is the only one version. That's the only version that actually has the articulated fingers.
Yeah.
So in this economy where it's limited, and you see like this headline here, and obviously we're staying interested. How many Jokers, Brent? I'm gonna ask you. They go to everyone else here. How many Jokers, and whether it's Hot Toys, and they're to blame too. They put one out. Whether it's in art, whether it's now J&D, maybe another company. How much right now? Joker's a while, but how much until we're all Jokered out? I'm being serious. It's the same damn thing.
I think we're getting close. I mean, I think I'd almost argue that we're there. I mean,
agree.
It's like, guys, I mean, do we have to have this, what sizing contest over one character? How about we just explore others and do other characters and maybe feed the interest of everybody, because not everybody is interested in a Joker. I mean, believe it or not, I'm probably the only one of the four of us here that isn't interested in a Joker. I don't want one. I don't care. So
we're not talking about the 66 Joker, sir. Everybody wants one of those.
No, I agree.
I think we've seen so many Iron Mans. How many times have we talked about the next Iron Man that's come out? And and this Batman today is great, but again, it kind of bookends our conversation here tonight. I mean, it's talking about something that's been done before, and how much going back do we have to do to go forward? I mean, do we have to? How much?
I recently just watched again, actually twice. One with my wife and one by myself, and I know my daughters watched this just again, but I'm going to pull this up onto the screen, Jay. Look at this.
Woo!
So, I love Heath Ledger. I think the best performance, but couldn't we get again, shout out to Ray. His name is Ray, Hawk Wars Toys.
Yes.
I know I buy off him. I know you do, Jay, and
Got a package coming tomorrow. Got a package coming tomorrow.
You know, he double boxes it. You get a comic book. You get some stickers. He stands behind them. I like it. But look at this here. You got Jack Nicholson Joker, Jay. Could we get something a little different? Because we haven't got this in a long time.
Look,
I mean, you know what I'm saying, right?
Yeah. Look, you know what? This is one of those figures where I have to ask myself, how much better could it be? Because when they did this, they did the damn thing. It is a great piece still to this day. But when I bought mine, it was 2014. I bought mine 2014. And I paid a little over retail, probably about, I think it was like maybe 50. I think I paid like $340, something like that for it at the time, which I was like, that was over retail for it. Here's the thing. In today's world, I don't think you should. If you must have it, go for it. Because you're getting it from a good guy. Ray is the man. If you're going to buy it from somebody, buy it from Ray. But I wouldn't buy this today. And the reason why is because of what I just said. Of what we just seen today. We are in an era of 2.0s.
It's going to be...
They say they don't have his likeness. They say we hear the rumor, but that's all. We don't know shit. We really don't. We don't know what they're doing. That's why I say right now, expect the unexpected when it comes to Hot Toys. Because if they got desperate enough, they would back a dump truck to his a dump truck of money back in his backyard, and they'll get that license, and there we go.
Dude, everyone's spending money on this. And believe me, I get it. I've got this. You know they're coming out with another one, right? You know they're going to 2.0 all of these in New Hope figures. Absolutely. They're going to have rolling eyes function. They're going to probably have different accessories. They may even come, and I really believe these iconic characters, guys, they're going to come with Artisan. I'm just going to be honest. I mean, this is Leia. This is Luke. This is Han. You know, and you're coming out with, all respect to Anakin. And all respect to the Scarlet Witch. I mean, come on, guys. You know this is coming.
This
no
is
brainer.
And she's another great. She's a great figure. But I would love to see a updated paint application one.
Do you buy this for $500?
If I want it now, yeah. Sorry.
If you want it, that's the thing. If you want it
but
now,
if I would have got that Affleck now, though, if I would have got, I seriously was so close. I would have been so freaking pissed off. Costa.
Just know if you
I wouldn't be. Why?
That's a risk.
You got to roll the dice, baby. You just gotta. You want it? Like that. What am I going to be remorseful about the Tarkin and Vader 2-pack if like tomorrow they announce another one? No.
But I'd be really happy, dude. If they did. Although I'd rather have the
2.0s. I'm updating 2.0s all day. Like, and I will keep them. I'll keep both. I'm not going to sell the other ones. Why would I'd like to you like to see that progression, you know?
That's why I won't get rid of my DX07 costume.
Yeah. I'll have a separate case for the 1.0s or for the earlier version. Yeah. And it'd just be like it's all a museum right now. It might as just have a separate case just for those. It'll be beautiful. I can't worry about Hot Toys coming out with 2.0s, especially like Han and Chewie are like really top right now on my list. And I don't know when that's gonna happen. I want to be alive. I don't want to
Han and Chewie.
Well, then the thing of it is, for all of us that have these vehicles and stuff like that, you put Han and Chewie in the cockpit, and there you go. And then when the 2.0s come out, you got others.
You got others. Yeah.
So look at it like that too. You're right. it all comes down to what you want. I just say makes if you're taking that risk of getting a Grail you want, just know that another one could be around the corner. It's just know that risk. Just make sure that you're educating yourself.
There's always a bigger 2.0.
There's always a bigger fish.
There you go. Well,
oh my God, guys, this is just so much fun. I could talk all day, but we've hit the 2 hour mark. But I'm gonna go around the horde real quick for a really quick. You got like 20 seconds each to tell me. Are we going to? I'll go first since I won't put everyone on the spot. Are we going to get another Star Wars epic announcement before the end of the year that won't be Ahsoka related? And I'd say yes. This Affleck was the sign. We're going to start from going down. Brother Cousins, what say you?
I say yes, my friend. Yes.
Oh,
yes.
boy.
Yes.
He says yes. Let's
And
play.
hold on. And here's the thing. I think it's going to be an Artisan. Yeah. Yep.
I like that one. I go with it. I say yes. Cousins say yes. Costa, are we going to get something from Star Wars? What say you?
We have 2 weeks, so yes. And not the N1 single songwriter.
Right.
If we get an N1 before a
I'd love it. I'd love it if
or
you
a
just
Han
got
and
it.
Chewie. Come on. That's when I'm gonna complain. Bullshit.
Maybe this will be the one that we
Will
get.
not condone a course of action that will lead us to war.
That would I'm day one.
Oh,
God. Just do it, but like all premium, not half-ass premium like some of the current Artisan lineup. Half-ass.
Brent, Mace is going to be getting released soon, so maybe we'll get a companion piece that kind of looks
In the name of the Galactic Senate of the Republic, you're under arrest, Chancellor.
Are you threatening me, Master Jedi?
The Senate will decide your fate.
You think it's Fisto, do you?
No, I'd be all like coffee spilled. I'd be like dancing on coffee if it was Kit Fisto. Any one of those freaking characters, to be completely honest with you, baby.
I'm gonna say Leia Bouche. I'm gonna say we're gonna get a Return of the Jedi, and Jay has been saying that figure every week for the last several Raws, and I'm with you, Jay, 100%. I think it would be great if they drop that one before the end of the year to kind of save this 40th a little bit and make us feel a little bit good about it.
That'd be great.
Yeah, that would be pretty epic here, gentlemen. Listen, because of the time, I'm just going to tell you what to do over here. Make sure you subscribe to Costa, the Pop Culture Living Room. What an awesome channel and an awesome dude. He's got his freaking Costa cases. And listen, all you have to do, besides BO-LIEVE, is just go and subscribe to the Pop Culture Living Room. Go ahead and do that right now. Show the love to this man. And the same thing with
Best back to the 90s
of the best. The brother Cousins toy reviews. He's got Best of the Best coming up on Thursday. He's got all kinds of shows, and my good friend as well, and who's going to be with me on the Christmas Eve morning special with Aries, and you guys are all invited here too on the panel to join that particular morning. It's going to be 9:30 p.m. a.m. Eastern on Christmas Eve morning, and we will be giving away some stuff, more Hot Toys. I'm going to tell you this week, look for this market show on what video you got to go ahead and comment on. As a matter of fact, the next market show, the next market show that comes out, whether it's going to be this week or this weekend, you got to comment on it, baby, to enter in for one of the giveaways on Christmas Eve morning. So make sure you look out for that. Of course, I will remind you on the video. And Jay, you're going to be helping me out with one of these giveaways too, and they're going to have to comment on one of your videos. And I know we're going to figure out what video that's going to be too. Yep. So you're going to have to comment not only on mine, but on one of Brother Cousins as well for the other giveaway on Christmas Eve morning, Jay.
Sounds good. Absolutely. Most like will probably be if it goes up. I'm doing a show with Yoast on Wednesday, so it probably be that video. Definitely just leave a comment under that video. But yeah, I'll be doing a show with Yoast on Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern. So guys, make sure you check out the Brother Cousins channel for that, and that's going to be on Wednesday. So yeah,
well, that's going to be the video. We'll be telling you about it too on the next market show, which ones to comment on. That is it for the Dark Jedi. I don't always run out of wizard juice. But when I do, I go to some spotchka, and I do it right here. At the 6 scale cantina. Let's see if I get the right one. You say this isn't coming? I don't know. Stay thirsty, my friends.
All right. But this is the last time.
Thank you.